All right, we're live. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to House of the Dragon. This is our episode 4 Watchalong, and with me, I have Damenicion Scott. Damenicion, would you like to advertise your channel for us?
Yes. If you guys don't know, I have a YouTube channel. I talk about movies, my collection. I do rankings. I play video games. If you're into all that type of stuff, then my channel is the right place for you. Right there. I also have Facebook and Instagram as well. Those are the social media I leave in the description of my videos as well. Same name, Dimension Scott.
Yes, and I have Damenicion Scott's channel also linked in the description below. All right, so last episode was a very interesting episode, and from the name of this episode and from the adverts I watched, we are going to be seeing Rook's Rest, or the Battle of Rook's Rest, which was a pretty interesting fight in the book. So let's see how they portray it in the show. All right, are you ready to begin?
Yes. Ready on your count.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
There she is again.
Yeah, a nice return. So it looks like Damien's having weird premonitions. Hello from Anthony. How are you guys doing? I'm doing very well. How are you? 3 weeks until Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah, Dimension Scott's really excited about that one.
Yep.
Allison is starting to second guess herself and looking for anyone to like give her some kind of assurance that she did the right thing by naming Aegon heir. She was really trying to get that guy to say something to make her feel better. Yeah, because she was like, did he really want Aegon to become like the king? Ooh, she's taking the tea. I think she's pregnant. She was taking that poisonous tea that she gave Rhaenyra, or that Rhaenyra got. She didn't give Rhaenyra, but Rhaenyra got in season 1.
Think so?
Yeah, that poison tea that was supposed to cause a miscarriage. I think that's what she just took. Yeah, I think she's pregnant.
You should have burned them when you had the chance.
Well, that was his last words.
Yeah. Hey, you got to at least hand it to Goal. You know, the whole the man who gives the sentence does the execution.
We'll leave the
That
bad
was
northeast.
that was a form of like honor.
Realize you were neither born nor bred anywhere near.
Amen just taking over everything. Amen would be like a much better king. He should have named Amen. Yep, confirmed. She's pregnant. She is indeed pregnant. all these special guest star appearances. That's his wife who died in the first season.
You're right.
Yeah.
He's having all these visions of the past. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's the witch. The witch is doing something, and he's seeing visions. But yeah, we're seeing all these nice guest star appearances. It's pretty nice. It's a bit interesting that they told Aegon to not be involved, to just sit back and do nothing. Because from what I'm remembering from the book, Aegon was actually quite active in the war. So the fact they're telling him to sit back and do nothing, and he's literally sitting back and doing nothing, is interesting. It's a bit of a change up from the book.
So, but do you still think he'll do something?
I'm not too sure, because in the book, in Rook's Rest, that Battle of Rook's Rest, Aegon was in that fight in the book. So I don't know if they will just let him sit back and do nothing, because that would be extremely contradictory to the book. So he's going to have to get involved if they want to remain accurate to the book. Yeah, so yeah, it's just interesting. So she did pass on the story.
I never told you because I was unsure.
She's telling Jace the prophecy right now.
Ain't that's one of her sons?
Yeah, Jace is her eldest. And he's gonna become, he's heir to the throne after her. She's actually telling him the prophecy right now. Oh, and by the way, yeah, Aegon was saddling up in that scene, so he's going. He was saddling up Sunfire and heading to the fight. So he is going to be there. It's just weird because it's weird that they left Aegon out of that, because in the book, he was in that whole planning for the attack on. Wow, that's loud. Ah! Yeah, Aegon and Aemond were in on this attack together in the book. So the fact that they left him out, it's a bit weird. It's just an interesting choice that's changed from the book. Yeah, see, he's not a part of this ambush. In the book, both Aemond and Aegon planned this ambush together. So this is different.
That dragon is green, isn't it?
Who's dragon?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Sunfire. Yeah, that's Aegon's dragon. He's gold and pink. She's so big. You can feel the girth. She's so big. Oh my
Hey,
god.
that's awesome so far.
Yeah. Well, there goes Sunfire and Aegon. That was quite different from the book already. So let's see how they continue this battle.
That's a brutal fall.
That was wow. That entire fight was different from the book. I mean, it kind of still resulted in the same ending, like who fell and who died and everything, but the whole fight was. They definitely made it longer, and they made it pop more exciting, than what happened in the book. Although a little less brutal. Because Melee's dragon got ripped apart. So it's a little different.
I thought his dragon was going to bite her dragon's head right off.
Yeah. Well, what happened in the book? So in the book, both Vagar and Sunfire showed up at the same time. So they were in on the ambush together. And Melee's attacked Sunfire and ripped Sunfire up. And then Vagar came from above and landed on both of them. And they both fell to the ground. And Melee's got ripped apart on the way down. And Rhaenys was burned to a crisp. Because when Vagar came down, she was spitting fire down on top of Rhaenys.
Mm.
So Sunfire got ripped up by Melee's, and Vagar crushed them both to the ground.
Wow.
And that's what happened in the book. So they made the battle last a little longer. Yeah. So it was a little different, but I like it. It drew it out more. Made the spectacle. Damn. Damn.
Wow. Hey, this was one heck of an episode.
Yeah. So this is probably the first episode that isn't as accurate to the book as the others. But that's not entirely a bad thing, because most of the changes were to the Battle of Rook's Rest. And basically, they just drew out the dragon fight longer. Oh, yeah, and Aegon wasn't in on the ambush of Rook's Rest for some reason. I think they're kind of downplaying Aegon a little bit, making him look more of a weaker king than he actually was in the books.
So what's so do you prefer the books adaptation of this episode, or you prefer this?
The fight in this episode was better than the fight in the books. So I would have to say the fighting wise with the dragons was done better in the show.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just strange that they're just shoving Aegon into the back and not letting him participate, because that's strange, because in the book he was quite active in the war. So shoving him to the back and not letting him kind of shine in this battle, which is he was in on, you know. They planned this whole thing, Aegon did. But no, in this show they just pushed him into the back. I just find that strange. That'd probably be my only gripe. They really should have made Aegon more competent.
Think so?
Yeah. They're making him out to be a very weak king. Not saying that I would disagree with that, but, you know, he was far more active in the war than Rhaenyra was. So it's just funny that he's being pushed to the back in the show. But that'd be my only gripe. But, yeah, so, this dragon fight was,
Insane.
like I said, yeah, it was insane, and it was very different. Because, like how I explained the fighting in the book, like, the battle was over really quick in the book. So they definitely dragged it out. But it really made Rhaenys look like she was on a suicide mission. Because she kept coming back, you know? Where, like, I don't know. She's always been kind of a warrior, though. Because even in the book, like, when she saw both the dragons coming at her, she just went right for them in the book, knowing that she couldn't beat them both. So, I guess that's just kind of in her character, to keep turning around and trying to keep the fight going and kill as many as she can. Yeah, Sunfire got demolished. He did not stand a chance. Melees ripped the hell out of him.
You're right.
And then Vhagar set him on fire.
Yeah. Hey, wasn't that really cool when the first two dragons first encountered, breathing fire at each other, and one just flew right through the flame? That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting that I mean, Targaryens have always had a resistance to heat, but they are not fireproof. So they can burn and get hurt by fire. And it's just kind of funny, them flying right into fire. I'm like, yeah, you should probably be burned to a crisp. Flying into fire, but I mean, it's fine. The Game of Thrones universe kind of already set up because I see a lot of people go, aren't Targaryens supposed to be fireproof? And then I'm like, no, they're not. So that's kind of just something that was set up for the show's universe. So maybe, I don't know, they're kind of taking liberty with that. But they can't always take liberty with that, because a lot of Targaryens die in this war by fire. So, well, in the book anyway. Who knows how they do it in the show. But yeah, this was an exciting episode. I give it about an 8.5.
Well, I'm going much higher, because I'm giving this episode a 9 out of 10. For that dragon brutality action alone.
Yeah. It was a bit more brutal in the book, but it was still pretty brutal. I mean, you saw what happened to Sunfire, that poor baby. And Melees had her head chomped on. Which in the books it said that Melis was torn to pieces when Vagar came down on top of her. When she hit the ground, that she was just ripped to shreds. So that didn't necessarily happen to her. She just had her head chomped on and then she fell on top of Rhaenys. Rhaenys didn't die the same because Rhaenys was burned to death. When Vagar came down on top of her, Vagar spewed fire and Rhaenys got cooked in the fire in the books. So she died differently. What happened with Aegon and Sunfire was pretty much the same. Because he was fighting Melis, and then Vagar came down on top of them, and he just went down with them. And got, chomped on and everything on his way down. And actually, Aegon and Sunfire did get burned when Vagar spewed fire down on Rhaenys. So they also did get burned on the way down. So that's kind of accurate, that when Vagar spewed fire on them.
Well,
But in this episode, it was strange because they made it out like Aemond was actually trying to kill Aegon. Because he just flew right towards them and yelled Dracarys right when like Melis and Sunfire were in that lock, and it just spewed like all four of them. It's like he had no regard for Aegon in that situation. And also, it was strange because that scene where Cole stopped him because he had the sword out, it was like, was he going to kill Aegon? Put Aegon out of his misery there? That's interesting. Because that was not... that also was like not mentioned in the book,
okay.
That Aemond was trying to kill Aegon in any way, shape, or form. So that's kind of strange too.
You know what? I think I could have used at least maybe 20 more minutes of this episode from all that. But I think we're probably going to see the aftermath in the next episode.
Yeah, and Rhaenys' death actually hurt Rhaenyra really, really, really bad. Because as you've heard, Rhaenys was one of her most experienced dragon riders, and Melis was her biggest dragon at this time. So, in this moment, Rhaenyra just lost her best dragon rider and her biggest dragon.
Mm-hmm.
So this, and also because I can't ruin the aftermath of what happened to this because you haven't read the book, but things turn for the worst for Rhaenyra after this battle. So yeah, things don't go too well for Rhaenyra after this. But I'm not going to tell you what happens. But, things didn't go so well for Aegon either. As you've seen, Aegon got burned. He fell. He lost his dragon. And he lost about 800, 900 men in that battle to just Melis alone. So it didn't turn out so well for Aegon either. So, yeah, both sides are hurting after this fight.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting because they are setting up for Aegon, no, not Aegon, Aemond to take over the throne in Aegon's absence. So, yeah, that's a thing. So Aegon or Aemond and Alicent start making a lot of the decisions from here on end.
Yeah.
After what happened with Aegon. So yeah. Yeah, so it was a little different from the book. but it was not bad, and it in no way harmed the story. So I'm good with it. There was something else I wanted to say too, but it escapes me. Oh, Allison's pregnant.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's
Elsie's pregnant.
yeah. I mean,
like,
she has
how
been
long is she
big. Not long because she's not showing, but she is starting to get some of the discomfort and the cramps from it.
Oh, really?
So yeah, probably a few weeks, I would say. But I mean, not surprising. She's been banging Cole. But that's interesting because I don't recall that in the book. But then she also took the poison tea for the miscarriage, so maybe she'll have a miscarriage and it won't mean anything anyway. And whatever's going on with Damon, I mean, it's kind of cool to have all those guest star appearance and everything, but whatever's going on with Damon, I'm not really too interested in. I mean, it definitely has something to do with the witch. And whatever magic she's concocting in there that's affecting him, but
just trying to hunt his past.
Yeah, he's being haunted in some way. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's interesting for his character to find out like what his deepest, darkest fears are and his regrets. But other than that, it's not too interesting. So I hope he doesn't stay there for very long. But he's trying to rebuild that castle and get an army started. So God knows how long they're going to leave them in there in the show. So. And so I guess Rhaenyra also did pass on the prophecy to Jace. I didn't think she told anybody the prophecy. But in the end, it doesn't matter because the prophecy got lost. Anyway. So even though she passed it on to Jace, it still got lost in history.
Really?
Yeah, because they as you could tell, like with Game of Thrones, they were not prepared for the White Walkers.
I see.
Yeah. And also Targaryen was supposed to remain on the throne to prepare the realm for the White Walkers, but of course that never happened because the Baratheons had the Baratheons had the throne for a while, and then no, actually, in the books, it's still in the hands of the Baratheons. In the show, Cersei became queen, but in the book, she's not queen. So, yeah, it's still in the hands of the Baratheon. People could argue the Tyrells, because Marjorie is still alive in the books too. Yeah. And Marjorie is the reigning queen, so. But yeah, I mean, those were the things that stuck out to me.
Well, yeah, overall really good episode. Wait to see the aftermath in the next episode. So if you're ready to wrap this up, I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm ready to wrap it up. All right, everyone. So we're going to end this episode here, or this video. Next week's episode will be on Scott's channel, so be sure to subscribe if you want to check out the next episode and our thoughts on it. And we'll say goodnight and end the video here.
Yeah.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.